Ooh, gotta clean my picture. Looking crazy out here. Ooh. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Oh, I'm crouched down. What's good, everybody? The Game James here. Right quick, I'm at the Tim Hortons up north in Columbus, Ohio. Oh, I'm gonna get my hair cut too. Can't hear me? Okay, hold on. Can you hear me now? Tell me if you can hear me now. What's good? Can you hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. My Bluetooth may be acting up. Yeah, you can? All right, cool. Bet. All right, so what's good, everybody? As I said, up north, about to do this. I'm doing this little trivia thing on the side, y'all. Y'all got to check this out. I might post it, but I'm doing this little. I'm a trivia. What's up, boo thing? Love you, baby. I'm doing this trivia host thing. Gonna be on the mic, doing a little trivia, rocking the mic on trivia. You feel me? Just stand behind the mic. And guess what? I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow. Thank you, Jesus. I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow because I've been looking straight crazy. I look like a crazy man. For real. I don't even want to take off the hat because y'all just be straight crack on me if y'all see my hair right now. Gray hairs everywhere. I just look pathetically crazy. But I'm going to get that taken care of tomorrow. And I'm going to be looking fresh and clean. You know what I mean? Dude's name was Messiah. My baby are gonna call me daddy. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know how it is. But anyway, I thought I'd jump on here right quick and just talk about the topic at hand. Just saw a quote from Will McClay, and basically it's about Byron Jones. When I listened to, I just posted an article right quick about he had some words for Byron Jones, and basically said that was Byron Jones is a starting caliber corner. He's a very good player, but we're going to have to see where it fits for us financially. I don't know if that's a ringing endorsement. I don't know. We're going to have to see if Byron Jones is still going to be here. That's been the debate. We already know about Dak Prescott. We already know about Amari Cooper. We know about everybody else. But right about third or fourth down the line between like a Robert Quinn and a Byron Jones, that's where they're kind of squeezed. And who do you sign? Do you sign a Robert Quinn, who had 11 and a half sacks, 30 years old, was a dog? I wanted him here, but other teams are going to go after him and try to spend that bread. I don't know if it's going to be able to get a Robert Quinn back because he's going to want some big money. You get what I'm saying? But a lot of people keep saying this about Byron Jones that he's trash. He's not trash. Let me tell you something. I get it. He don't get interceptions. 2 interceptions in his whole career. But his last couple of years, y'all can't say he's not been a lockdown corner. Yes, he has a little bit of issues toward the end of the year, but he did have the groin issue. And if you had any kind of groin issue and you play corner, I did play corner a little bit in school. That was my position. If you have any kind of groin injury, you're not going to be playing your best. You're not. You're not going to do it. But if you look at the last 2 years, if you're just looking at interceptions, you're going to say, yeah, he regressed, or you're going to say, yeah, he ain't did nothing. But if you do the metrics and the numbers, and I'm not a PFF guy, but they do metrics. In the last couple of years, he's been locked down. My thing is this. If you're not going to sign Byron Jones, if you're not going to tag him and try to work something out, I hope you got a backup plan. Because if you let him walk, it says, man, the Eagles might be looking at a Byron Jones. They would love more than anything else to get a Byron Jones just so they could stick us. You know how them weirdos are with the Philadelphia Eagles. But if you really look at it, if they let Byron Jones walk and they don't re-sign him, they better have a backup plan. Because when I'm looking at the secondary right now, if you lose a Byron Jones, you just have Cheeto, you have Jordan Lewis, Anthony Brown. I don't know if he gets re-signed. I don't know if he gets a second chance with this staff. I don't really see the value of him unless it's super cheap on his end. But let's say you don't get an Anthony Brown back. Let's say you don't re-sign a Byron Jones. Then really all you got is Cheeto, Jordan Lewis, and then you have Chris Westry that was on the practice squad Kentucky, but he's unproven. Although he does have all the size measurables that you want, he's unproven. You have Donovan Lumber. I like a Lumber, but he doesn't have that great speed, but he has the good size that you want. But if you look at across the board, even the safeties, um, Xavier Woods, Jeff Heath is out of contract. Kayvon Frazier, we don't know if he's going to make the team. He's out of contract. So you have a lot of guys, and even the guys that are returning, they're all in their last years. Jordan, Cheeto, and Woods are all going to be in their last year this year right here. So my thing is, are you going to draft a corner high? Because everybody's been talking about safety, Grant Delpit, McKinney. Defensive tackle has been talked about, Kinlaw. We know he's a big boy beast. Possibly Brown could drop and you could possibly trade up. You also got Isaiah Simmons from Clemson who declared, who's an all-world type player, and he could drop and you could possibly move up. So my thing is this. You have to have a backup plan because right now, if you lose a Byron Jones, who do you have? Okay, we know about Jordan Lewis. He's a dog, but he hasn't been a starter since his rookie year, and that was off and on. We saw how Cheeto regressed. He played a little bit better toward the end of the year, but then he got benched in that Philly game. So my thing is, you're coming in with a new staff. You got Lindquist coming in as a defensive back coach, which also Al Harris helping, which I definitely think is going to help. But at the end of the day, you don't have nobody on that back end if you get rid of Byron Jones. You don't have nobody that you can feel you don't have anybody that you feel good about that you have in your secondary right now if you don't have Byron Jones going besides the Jordan Lewis. And like I said, he hasn't been a starter since his rookie season. A lot of uncertainty, a lot of questions. Now, there are guys in the draft that have really looked good. That could be people that could be picked early in the first two picks. You never know. Kristen Fulton from LSU is a guy that's really being talked about. He's a really good player. I looked at a little bit of his tape. Nice player, good size. Trayvon Diggs from Bama is another kid that's coming up. Jalen Johnson from Utah. There's some other guys that I've been watching in this Senior Bowl, but they're going to be more of day two, maybe day three picks, those mid-round picks, those third, fourth, fifth round picks. That there's some cornerbacks that I've been checking out that I've been liking. But as a whole, the Cowboys just better have a backup plan, and they better make sure they have a backup plan. Some of the cornerbacks that I was mentioning that I do like for mid-round picks, Dane Jackson, cornerback from Pittsburgh. I really like his aggressiveness. Been really watching him in the one-on-ones. He's been looking really good. Darnay Holmes is another guy that came from UCLA, 5'10", 198 pounds, real physical, in-your-face type guy. Not the biggest guy in the world, so you won't probably, I don't know if you see him as a starting cornerback, but more of a slot guy because of the size. He may get pigeonholed that way. These are just some of the guys I've been looking at as far as the cornerback position. Also, Lamar Jackson, 6'2". I mentioned him yesterday, from Nebraska, 206 pounds. Got a lot of the measurables, but we got to see how his speed test out, and along with his hips. So I'm going to be watching more of some of that Senior Bowl practices today. But at the end of the day, Cowboys got to figure it out. Yes, I know they mentioned Anthony Harris. I showed some stuff up here on Facebook today about possible free agents that are going to be available. I don't know if they're going to go the cornerback route as far as plucking a cornerback out of free agency. I possibly could see them going after a safety with the free agency because there's some guys out there that are not going to cost a lot of money. Harris was mentioned. The cat from Oakland, I can't remember his name right offhand. Tell me his name right offhand. They've been talking about him the last couple of years. So there's some guys that they could pluck out of free agency. But all I'm saying is, Cowboys, you better have a plan. You better have a plan for sure for this back end, because if you lose him, you got to be able to recoup and have some guys that are going to be able to come right in and start. And I don't know if they have some starting cornerbacks right now. They got Chidobe and Jordan, but are those going to be the two opening day corners if they don't sign up Byron Jones? It's got a lot of questions to me, a lot of questions that I want to see answered. And will the Cowboys jump up there and draft a cornerback real early within the first two or three rounds? I definitely feel like that's a possibility, especially if you're losing to Byron Jones. We all know that there's a few drafts. There's the NFL draft where you're getting those young guys. There is the free agency pool that you can scoop up after the draft. And there's always the draft after the draft with free agents, because there's going to be a lot of guys that are going to be cut too high of salaries on other teams, and they'll be able to be on the waiver wire, and the Cowboys could possibly scoop one of those guys. We'll see how that happens. So it's going to be a lot of uncertainty played out that's going to be coming up. But as I said before, Cowboys, hopefully you have a plan, because when you look at it, the defense is really the thing that, from my end, is really what they're really going to be going after. Um, yeah, check it out, Derek. That's what I'm not saying he is, but Will McClay is basically saying, he's a good player, he's a starting guy, but we'll have to see where he fits financially. So if he outprices himself, I don't see him coming back. And if he's not coming back, you better have this backup plan to scoop somebody to have them ready and waiting in the fold. Because what we know right now is the offensive is pretty much set. The offensive line, as far as contracts go, they're going to probably be set at least until 2021. We know about the Amari Cooper, but Gallup is still on his rookie deal. You can probably re-sign Cobb since you got Mike McCarthy back. He'll probably sign and maybe be more feasible for the Cowboys. Maybe he works it out because of his relationship with McCarthy. I definitely feel like you got to get Amari Cooper in the fold. Blake Jarwin is going to be re-signed, but he's a restricted free agent. So you have a lot of guys. Ezekiel Elliott has already been signed. We know about Dak Prescott, but when you look at the offensive side of the ball, it looks more secure than the defensive side of the ball. You got defensive tackles that basically only have what? I don't think you have any under contract except the rookies. Malik Collins, Covington, Woods, all those guys right there are out of their deals. And then even on the defensive end position, you really only have DeMarcus Lawrence and the young guys. So you have a lot of people that are unproven on that defense. Defensive linebackers is still a question. You don't know about LV, even though they said he's going to make a full recovery. You don't know. What about Sean Lee? You don't know if he's coming back. So you have a lot of questions on this defense and a lot of questions on this back end. So we'll see. I think that's one of the main things Mike McCarthy really hammered in is on this defense. And I think when you got Tom Sula and Mike Nolan, I think he really tried to hone in. There's another guy that he's bringing in. I'm sorry, I don't know the name. He's coming from Minnesota. The name is not coming in my head offhand, but he's bringing him in. He was the defensive backs coach, secondary coach, I believe, over with Minnesota. Don't quote me, but he can have a possible role with the Dallas Cowboys as well. So we're going to see what happens, but Cowboys got to have a plan, and I hope they do. I think they're going to have a plan in place because they brought these guys over, and I don't think they're going to come in blindly because you have a lot of veteran coaches on this staff, and they've been there and done that, so they know what to do as far as drafting and things of that nature. So it's going to be real interesting what's going to happen. But it was very curious when I seen Will McClay say that. I don't know if that was an endorsement saying, you know what, Byron Jones may walk. But I don't feel like it was a ringing endorsement saying that Byron Jones is going to come back. So let's hope that the Cowboys have a plan in place that what they're going to do on this back end, because not only do you have guys that are out of contract this year, you're going to have pretty much a back end that you drafted in 2017. They're all going to be out of contract, and you got to figure out if you're going to be able to sign those guys. So those guys are going to probably want to be able to start and play at their peak performance because they're going to want another contract. They're going to want another deal. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with this secondary and how it's going to get play out and who is going to get drafted and are they going to get drafted higher because of certain needs. So that's just my few thoughts about what's going on. I'm going to be studying some more senior ball practice. I mean, honestly, if you're asking me about what Byron Jones is going to look at, obviously those interception numbers are going to come in big to me. I think that's the big sticking point that everybody's looking at is the interception numbers. But even if you look at a lot of players early in their career, they didn't get a lot of interceptions. That could be scheme. It could be the coaching. It could be something else. So how do we know that if they don't sign Byron Jones and he gets better coaching, that he doesn't get interceptions? I never thought he was a guy that was a big-time playmaker. When I watched him at UMass, he wasn't a big-time playmaker, but he was always a sticky corner. But maybe the new staff helps him out. Maybe the scheme hurt him and why he didn't get interceptions. So maybe they give him another chance. If you're looking at pay, top dollar cornerback is getting about $14-15 million. If you have $80 million right now and possibly $100 million with the rollover, it can be done. It can definitely be done. $14 million for a corner. I think that's kind of tough because he's shutting down the field. He's shutting down the field. That's what you want. He's taking the top receivers and taking them out the game. They're not throwing to his side. So that is huge. But you want to see those interceptions. $14 million for Byron Jones. I think it could work as long as it's not crippling the team, and I don't think it will. I don't mind a Byron Jones coming back. He's 27 years old. He's been relatively healthy his whole career. He's a stand-up guy, doesn't get in trouble. But you know what? They could go a cheaper route and get somebody who's more of explosive, a more explosive playmaker. So we'll see. I think I like Byron Jones. I always had a problem with not getting interceptions, but I really do like Byron Jones. I like how you don't ever talk about his side. I like how when he comes on the field, that side is really taken care of, and that's what you want. Because when you look at the games, they were instantly attacking Cheeto, and Byron Jones, even though he's not getting interceptions, he's knocking balls away, he's batting balls down. That's huge. Even though he didn't have a lot of interceptions, his batting the ball down, and that percentage has been high. And his coverage percentage, as far as completion rate, has been high. It's been very, very good the last 2 years. So it's a quandary that it's going to be. We're going to see what happens. So it's something that it's sticky, but I like him, and I like to see him come back, and I think it can work, and the Cowboys can make it work, but we'll see how it really goes. So that's just my couple 2 cents on it today, and we'll be talking again tomorrow. Study some more tape. Make sure you go to my Big Game James page if you haven't got a chance. I did post 101s for the South practice today, 101 drills for the receivers and the defensive backs. As I said before, Dane Jackson, Darnay Holmes was on the South, and they look pretty good. And also I post the 101s from the South, O-line and defensive line, so you can check out a lot of players and just see for yourself to see how they look. And going to be posting some more 101s and eventually the game that will be coming this Saturday. So please, just like my booth thing just put on there, like, share, donate. Y'all got to get me to this draft. Like I said before, we started getting the money already. Some money is already coming in for the draft. It's going to be huge. I'm really going to have, yes, Tavon Austin should go. I don't want no damn Tavon Austin back. Bye. See you later. We don't need him. See you. Get out of here. Go. I ain't hating on you, Tavon, but you got to go. We can get somebody cheaper than you. Shoot, John Bay Johnson is still on the roster. He's a speedster from Toledo, but get the hell out of here, Tavon Austin. You did nothing but collect $6 million for nothing. So you basically ate really good with the Cowboys, and you did absolutely nothing. So I don't want to see no Tavon Austin back on the roster. That's just my opinion. But check out the Facebook. I went live on my Facebook today, my Big Game James page. We're going to start hitting that daily. I'm going to update my Patreon account within the next couple days, and start cracking out some videos, doing a lot more things that I haven't been able to do the last couple of years because I haven't been able to do it because of work and all this other stuff. But some things are finally open for me where I can go ahead and really dedicate more to my craft, and that's what I'm going to be able to start showing more with them videos. So please subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.silverandbluenation.com. We got about 10 subscribers now. Had a few more that just joined. You can go ahead and what up with your Philly Cowboys 76? What's up with you, Stephen Arthur? How you doing? But please go in there and subscribe. You can subscribe as low as $1, y'all. And I get it. There's a lot of things that you got going on in your life, and I understand that. But you know what? I'm trying to make this grind official. And getting out to this draft is going to be huge. I wasn't able to get out there this past season, but I definitely want to get out there, have some good coverage. I got some good backing from a big group that we can have some really good things as far as the coverage goes. So guess what? I'm going to need you to go ahead and subscribe to that Patreon, man. And guess what? I'm going to have different tiers, more things, more exciting videos, because I will have more time to do things. And the production is going to be fire as well. I got my dog with my team, and we're going to just make this thing great. So subscribe to Silver and Blue Nation. Subscribe to Big Game James on my Facebook page. And let's get out there and donate and make this happen, because I can't make this grow without you guys. And you guys are only going to make this possible, and I need y'all to make this possible because I want to keep on getting y'all that fire coverage. I want to be in this draft. I want to show y'all the good stuff. I want to get some good interviews while I'm there. You know how I do. So I'm always trying to get the next great interview, and I'm always grinding to trying to find that so we can bring good coverage and not just hear our opinion, but hear some opinion maybe from possibly the experts. And I think that's the good thing that we want to try to grow here. So please like, subscribe, donate. So Silver and Blue Nation, Big Game James, like, subscribe on Instagram, all that. Just get on board and let's make it happen. We're trying to make this a big thing. When you see the collab that I'm doing with Law Nation that we got going on the Late Night Hype every Tuesday. Sorry, the production was a little funny yesterday, but that was our first time doing it with all three people. But Skywalker Steele's another guy that you need to check out. His page has been going on flame. He's almost up to 1,000 subscribers, man. In like 3 months, he's going flame. You got to check that kid out. He's a dog, and he's going to be doing some of my production as well. So DDP, another guy we're going to be rocking that Mavs basketball, and we're in cahoots as far as building a big brand network. So we got a lot of guys that are behind the scenes trying to make one big collaborative team so we can all make this big and grow and still have our own entities. Make it one big pot, but have our own entities coming from it, and we all still are one main kind of thing. So, but we can only do this with y'all. So get out there, subscribe. Get out there and be a subscriber and a proud patron to Silver and Blue Nation. Like I said, it's only going to start. You can do it as low as $1, $2, $3. Don't tell me you can't do it. Y'all spend more money on that with blunts, beer, food, bills. I mean, heck, $2 and you use $1 on a Black and Mild. For real. You got a Black and Mild that costs about 94 cents. Black and Mild, about 94 cents. And if you like to smoke, you get them cigarettes, them about $5, $6, and they gonna kill you. I ain't gonna kill you. I'm just gonna try to give you the good stuff, or a cup of coffee, a cheap bottle of water. That ain't gonna kill you. So get out there and subscribe and get on this train so we can make this a bigger and better thing heading into 2020 for the new Cowboys season, the new era, Mike McCarthy, everything going down. And what better way to bring it in but with Big Game James and Silver and Blue Nation and the collab and the fam. So get out there and do that. Next time I go live, let's make it happen. Get out there and be a subscriber. It's Patreon, Patreon Silver and Blue Nation. It'll come right up. You'll see where you can be able to be a proud patron. Like I said, as low as $1. I'll be adding different tiers because I'm going to be editing and putting on more videos, thank yous, and things of that nature, so I can make sure that you guys are benefiting as well. We want to have giveaways. I want to have prizes to give away, but that's why you have to jump into that DC4L, because a lot of that's going to be going on in that group. That DC4L download is going to be a private group. Please join if you're a true Cowboys fan. Get in there and join that, because there's going to be a lot of good things going on. Interviews are already trying to get set up. Prizes, helmets, footballs, jerseys, discounts, player codes for discounts, possibly winning raffles to go to games. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to hook up the fans and make it happen, make it great for the fans, not just the people who are behind the scenes, but make it great for you guys. And I want to do that. So the only way we can do that is for you guys to get in there and jump in this full blast. So get out there and subscribe. Get out there and be a proud Patreon. When we're doing shows, get out there and donate. Donation, subscribe, because we got to make this thing great. All right? Appreciate y'all. Thank you for your time. I'll talk to you soon. I'm about to go see what I'll do on this mic with that trivia tonight. All right? So, Big Game James, Silver and Blue Nation, I'm out. Peace.